Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the respected dignitaries, distinguished speakers, honorable participants, loving audience, and beautiful people present here from all around the globe. I, Ms. Nada Ratkovic, the IAU co-founder Europe, the president of Research Center IAU, board member and country director Croatia, welcome you all to the first technical symposium on intellectual property rights 2023 on the topic Ideas to Intellectual Property Rights. The day for the event for all the educators, science, researchers, students around the globe, the symposium, a 5 day, and today, the day four. So jointly organized by International Internship University, IAU Research Center, Tupper Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala, and the Eureka Prize problems. Intellectual property rights are the rights given to the person over the creations of their minds. They usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his or her creation for a certain period of time. These days, we learn a lot. Today, we are continuing. And let me first represent our organizer. International Internship University is a leading virtual education system, a global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and well reputed in delivering innovative programs. Globally, it is a trusted name for quality training programs and is committed to provide better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. All that under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, Sir. The sky is the limit for his dedication and hard work. The Tupper Institute of Engineering and Technology, TIET, and Dr. Sobi Ganguly, who is here like a presenter of the Institute and also my co-organizer of this symposium, coming from the one of the India's oldest and finest educational institutions, which provides a steady source of highly skilled talent to the nation as well as overseas. Tupper Institute of Engineering has a community, I can say it is involving ingenious mind solvers who are eager to make the world a better place to live with their innovative techniques and discoveries. Eureka Prize Problems is our third organizer, and Dr. Savi Ganguly, as a founder and CEO, he here is, we can say, Eureka Prize Problems. The objective behind developing this society is always promoting research ambience amongst the UG students through organizing competitions, expert talks, seminars, webinars, some technical sessions, and encouraging them to write research articles. IAU Research Center, a unique hub, which is giving an opportunity to the researchers, authors, educators, students, scholars across the globe and enhance the research opportunities, academic excellence, real-world problem solving, and knowledge creation and dissemination. Me, Professor Nada Ratkoch, as a president of IAU Research Center, thinks if you have ever thought about how would be the world without education, research, science, innovation, technology, or any development of anything, then the IU Research Center is the right place for you. But let us together continue learning about intellectual property rights and getting new ideas to the IP air at the day four of our symposium. Today, we will explore diverse and gain international experience, the skills, and knowledge. Today, unfortunately, our great speaker, expert, Dr. Vipin Chandra Pal, has internet issues. We started today later because we hope that he will get a connection, but big problems in India. He needed to present a topic, patent ideas with systems and control. If he had the opportunity, he will join. We will have more here. We will have more symposium, more conferences, more webinars. So our great Dr. Vipin is always welcome here. But today we will continue with this topic, and this topic will present our great Dr. Salvi Ganguly. And Professor, will we start? Will we start? But I want to say one more things about our great Dr. Vipin. Our great Dr. Vipin Chandra Pal is working at the National Institute of Technology, Silchar. And you know, today I see Happy National Technology Day to India. India today is celebrating the National Technology Day, and he is an assistant professor and working in the Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering with a specialization instrumentation and control. He has a very rich profile, Scopus Author, ResearchGate, Google Scholar, and etc. So, unfortunately, he's not with us, but Dr. Salvik will present. Dr. Salvik, let me welcome our audience and then we will start. Please, I will write a message on the Facebook.
Is the live working?
We we will continue. Dr. Salvik, I lost him also today. To me, no lucky day. No lucky day. We will continue. Dr. Salvik. Let's wait, Dr. Solvik.
Ma'am, is the live working now?
Yes, yes,
So that
it
we can.
is. Yes, it
Okay,
is.
fine, absolutely. In the meantime, you can share my slide so that I can continue. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the participants from whichever part of the world you are. You are attending the first technical symposium on intellectual property rights 2023. It's organized, co-hosted by IIU. It's Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, which I am serving presently, as well as by Eureka Prize Problems, which is a student society mainly dedicated for the research development or research ambience creation for undergraduate students. So it was a novel initiative by few students of ours, and we would like to talk about them. We had been discussing all about. It has been day one with me as a speaker to deliver on introduction to patent drafting, where we talked about the different sections of the patents, how to write them, what are the tips from my side I have delivered. After that, the role of IPR in academics and industries were delivered on the second day. Third day, we went with innovations with IoT. So we talked about different IoT innovations and how they can be patented. And after that, today's discussion, with deep regret, we cannot join in Dr. Vipin Chandra. Instead, I am delivering, but we do share a common research platform, and we do work in collaboration, and we too have worked for several patents together. So a right way to initiate these patent ideas in systems and control theory. Whichever application you talk about, it is whichever physical systems, real-time systems that we talk about, all involve some or the other way control mechanism. So whether we talk about mechanical systems, whether we talk about electrical systems, when we talk about electronic controllers, everything will involve some controlling action. And most of our physical systems, they are non-linear in nature. So this also poses a challenge to a control engineer, that how they should operate and get on with the control mechanism. So mostly, as far as Dr. Bipin's research area is concerned, he is more into a research work involved with time delay system, which is one of the typical control areas in the field of process industries, chemical process industries, in the field of communication delays and everything. So these type of controls require some specific mechanism. And of course, if I talk about my area, my background, I work with some control mechanisms which we call as approximate model matching. So it is based on a model matching of a model approximately. So when we talked about, when we decided that we should operate on some mechanisms, we discussed some ideas, and we felt that these ideas must be patented. Normally, we work with most of our physical systems or physical signals that we talk about. They are continuous time in nature. But on my other hand, my controllers these days are digital, are operated digitally. So there is a mismatch between physical signals, which are operated or which are physical systems that we are dealing with. They are continuous time in nature, and our physical systems, they are discrete time in nature. So there is a mismatch between the two, and to bridge up these particular mismatch, we are moving for some control mechanism which was developed originally by two renowned control engineers, namely Middleton and Goodwin, in between 85 and 1990. So mostly it dealt with some unification of control mechanism, or control systems rather, in uh, unifying the continuous time systems and discrete time systems at certain sampling time. Mostly the sampling time is very small, or we can say, in other words, the sampling frequency is very high. So in order to match this unification and match the results, we have worked together to develop some unified approach for the control mechanism. So mostly we talk about IPR, and basically its function is to primarily protect and protect the particular invention or innovation or whatever we call it in the development and distribution of some new products. So basically, it's an invention that has been carried out. Me with Vipin and other researchers in my group, we were aiming to control a particular process, and we have taken an electrochemical process. We had taken a time delay systems in general, and we had taken also some unstable systems to control. Or most of our systems, like there is unstable nature or nature dynamics, or the dynamics of your aircraft model is mostly unstable in nature. We have a magnetically levitated heart axis device as well, which is also in general unstable in nature. So how we can devise a control mechanism for that particular unstable system. At the same time, there was another challenge behind those particular typical systems which we have dealt with are these unstable systems or fractional order control systems, which we talk about, or the time delay systems that we talk about. They are mostly higher order systems, and most of our physical controllers they are normally of order 2. So this was another challenge for us to work on, and the higher order systems, a seventh order system or eighth order system, require a lot of higher order controllers, and which are sometimes physically not feasible to develop or implement such higher order controllers. So we had to resolve to certain situations or take into account certain control mechanism by virtue of which we can reduce it to a lower order model or an implementable order model control. So if we look in that particular direction, we may feel that we need to have developed a reduced order mechanism for these type of systems. We have worked on each and every complex physical systems, are trying to address each and every physical systems and their typical natures individually though, because this can be combined as well. The combined effect is yet to come, and we will be working at some time in the future on the combined effect of fractional order control systems with the time delay systems involved in it. It can be some poles of the system which will be unstable in nature, or some kind of a mechanism by virtue of which we can develop some new controllers for it. So for the time being, we'll be restricting only to the control mechanism, but for which we require to reduce the system first of all. So there is another important mechanism that comes into picture, is the model order reduction technique. So here is my research expertise that has been carried out, that how to reduce these higher order systems or the higher order physical systems, say for example an aircraft model, or even your magnetically levitated heart assist device, or even your electrochemical process, or your time delay system, maybe from a chemical process plant, or maybe some communication delay associated from fixed time delay, some time varying delay. So different types of systems were explored, and basically we tried to use an optimization technique to in order to develop its reduced model. And since it involved some processes, we didn't prepare any hardware. We tried to check it out using our simulations through MATLAB, and we found that satisfactory results were obtained using the optimization technique. Now, this optimization part, it involves some constraints which has to be solved, which has to be resolved in this particular model order reduction techniques. The first challenge, or the primary challenge uh, towards this type of control that we are talking about, or this type of model order reduction techniques that we are talking about, it involves certain issues like we need to match the DC gain of the higher order system with that of the lower order system. Second is we need to adjust the stability or ensure the stability of the lower order model that we are creating. Third is we try to impose upon the right half plane zeros in the system. So no right half plane zeros. So effectively our system will be having minimum phase or non-minimum phase depending upon the higher order system as well. So with this, it is mostly these type of things are mostly available in the literature, but we added two more constraints out here, which were our innovations. We added that our frequency domain response and our time domain response features must also match. So effectively, the step response of the higher order system and the Bode response or the frequency domain response of our higher order and lower order systems should have a match. So with this two new constraints we have tried to optimize, we have tried to develop the corresponding reduced order model for which the controllers have been proposed. So basically you are whatever you are seeing, that there's an unified approach. The unified approach implies the control mechanism is operated in the discrete delta domain, unifying the continuous and discrete time systems. Apart from that, we worked upon the modeling and the control or the modeling and control in terms of the order reduction as well as development of controllers. Here we followed a certain philosophy which we call as the approximate model matching technique, basically dealing with matching through a reference model. Now, the choice of reference model is equally important. The choice of reference model is dependent upon certain parameters. Say, for example, what kind of a settling time do you expect in the system? What kind of overshoot that you expect in a system? So these type of features has to be taken into account. And there is a research article well dated around in the mid 80s or mid 90s that propose certain reference of models, that what should be the damping ratio, what should be the natural frequency of the system effect of the system. So these type of features were added. So mostly these features are developed based on the time domain aspects and the frequency domain aspects of it. But mostly those things have been taken in our constraints, and so we didn't face any difficulty at all in developing those approximate model matching controllers. But mostly these controllers are also the unified controllers that is operating in the discrete delta domain and involves the unification of continuous and discrete time systems in the process. So this is what we talked about. We collaborated, we nurtured few things, and mostly if you see over here some mathematical relations. I'll not go into the details of the mathematical relations today. Maybe sometime later on when we work especially on the here, I think Vipin has tried to talk about different history about the time delay systems, different developments that are taking place. There are some delays associated with unstable features. Some constant delays are available. Some time varying delays are available. Although in terms of research, we have worked or progressed with respect to time constant delay systems, but time varying delays, I think we had a research article in pipeline where we worked upon time varying delay as well. Based on some reviewer comments, we introduced the concept of time varying delay because there was a comment from the reviewer who expected that we should operate with time varying delay as well. So with this, I think we can discuss different types of equations, mathematical relations, how to develop the reduced order modeling aspects through the optimization technique. There are several classical techniques like Firefly algorithm, Gray Wolf optimizer, and their hybridization as well in the process in order to optimize those lower order models. Mostly we have worked with second order systems, and it's we got second order controllers corresponding to the lower order model that we proposed. So this is what we thought that we should discuss, and we have worked on time delay systems. We had worked on I think we had worked also on fractional order control systems. Mostly we dealt with electrochemical process. So a process industry problem has been considered in our work, and innovation with respect to process industries are also counted in the patent study. So we tried to impose upon different systems, say magnetically levitated systems. Here is a brief introduction about delta operator, which is one of the research domain of mine, as well as few of my research scholars as well. They are continuously working to develop new methods in this unified approach and try to deliver and work upon different systems like power system, power converters, every aspects of electrical and electronic engineering as well. So there are certain advantages of delta operator as well. Since we are discussing this particular slide, we thought that we should also discuss that it is free from numerical computation. So better robustness in terms of numerical computation and better coefficients can be obtained. Coefficients in terms of the transfer function or the input-output relation of your original system. And of course, there is numerical or enhanced conditioning of the numerical data at higher sampling frequency, which we do not get in terms of discrete time domain. So this was one of the demerits for which we discarded the jet transform approach for discrete time systems, and we went for a delta operator based discrete time modeling. So these are some of the equations that you may find maybe interesting. Delta transform is a new way of creating your transform already established, but very few people in India are working on it. I think me and my one of my supervisors are currently the only researchers that we are working on this particular unified discrete domain. So I'll encourage few researchers who are control engineers to see to this, because there are very few researchers. Some probably in Europe, European countries, they are working. I know a person, I think Luigi Fortuna. He is working on model order reduction, but mostly dealing with continuous time systems from Italy. There are few researchers from China as well. They are working on the hardware development of the delta operator model, or the unified approach model as well. So this are some of the setups that we thought, that we proposed, that we developed, that what should be the main controller unit, what will be the communication channel associated, and what should be the signal noise ratio, because it involves a signal noise ratio as well. So the entire configuration of this particular modeling aspects have been represented with the help of some time delay systems, and a delta operator is being used to provide a unified framework of this particular control model. So this is how we thought that we should collaborate, we work on new methods. And Dr. Vipin's expertise was on time delay systems. My expertise was on unified approach for modeling and control. So we worked together, we joined hands together. Some optimized approach were taken care of using the same constraints that we have for classical based approach. In a new optimized framework, we tried to impose upon, and we tried to put it in the form of some patent ideas were put in, and we had been granted. It is a success story now. It has been granted in, I think, 2021, and all these patents are granted mostly in as Australian innovation patents as well. So with this, we can conclude today, and we can have that you can discuss with me any research ideas related to control, related to order reduction of even unstable systems. These were also more challenging as well, because it involves some highly unstable systems in terms of aircrafts that we talked about. There was a challenge that this system contains not only unstable poles, but as well as some right half plane zero. So it was even challenging for us to work with. And how did we manage? How did we put the error optimization, and how we have been able to produce a reduced order model for a suitable development of a controller mechanism. So this is how we can stop over here. We will discuss some of the patent ideas. Of course, there are plenty to go. And of course, we can have this extended version separately through some discussions, through some webinars further in future. We had already done it with futuristic technologies, and we where Dr. Vipin was associated with EduRoots, one of the startup organizations that we thought that we planned for some control aspects and discussion of control aspects in different mechanisms in terms of smart grid applications, in terms of time delay systems, in terms of some other modern control methods. So we thought that we should have we should unite and we should work together. We created a control research group, and Vipin is one of the promising researchers in this particular domain. Myself is also a part of this team, and we have Dr. Tamal as well. He also works in this particular control domain. We have another person called Jaideep. He's from the Northeastern Hill University at Shillong. So these persons are continuously putting their efforts. They are working in different domains, working in different aspects of control, and continuously delivering some great research ideas with which we can move on. So everyone has its own specific areas which they use, and their characteristics which we have been able to make use of, and in our patent ideas we have been successful. And it is I should say, I'll humbly say that we had not filed a single patent which is not granted. So this is one of the credibilities that we share in our in our working style, and in our we work with microgrid, we work with smart grid, we work with biomedical devices, we work with some IoT based home automation, wireless sensor networks. We work with different types of control processes, and we work with several. I think I can name. I can. The list is endless, but still, I'll say that there are 17 Australian patents granted as of today. Innovation category. We had 4 German patents filed and accepted cleanly, and we had 2 South African patents granted till date. 2 have been filed and 2 have been granted. And we also do maintain the similar record in terms of Indian patents as well. So far, although we have in several in pipeline, 6 of them are granted as of now out of the applications that we had already sent. I think I have 2 or 3 in pipeline, and of course, in course of time, we'll be also expecting them to be successfully granted. So this is one thing that we can boost off, and that we can put it as a challenge. And there was a serious comment in 1 or 2 reviews, especially we faced in one of our Australian patents. It was almost our attorney was almost hopeless, and he was saying that there is no hope for this particular patent. But we sat with them, we talked, we interacted with them, and I think half an hour was the time left when we submitted our against the comments that were raised as objections on our patents. There were some objections with our Indian patent as well, when we talked about, when me and my wife, Dr. Sunanda Sinha, when we worked about on developing solar power tree design. So there was serious comment, only one though, but still there was a serious comment which we could address, and now it is in acceptance stage as well. So this is how we move about it. We talked about different types of ideas. We came up with different types of ideas. Probably it's touching 40 nearly, and all of them, touch wood, has been accepted as of now. So we never had some failures in terms of patents as well as of date. So kindly you can contact me if you want to collaborate, if you want to work on control areas, if you want to work on some renewable energy applications, if you want to work on optimization part. We have a good pack of young researchers who are working continuously and trying to develop some new nature-inspired algorithms. At some point of time, Nada ma'am, I'll be talking with you regarding development of some nature-inspired algorithms, and we thought that we should have a continuous research going on in this particular area, and where we talk about different algorithms and how students will be engaged in this particular summer break. They will be adding to me online. We will be having weekly reviews, and we'll be trying to develop some new optimization technique by our name as well. And definitely we'll share the corresponding codes which we have planned in GitHubs and in MATLAB Central or MathWorks. So this is how we thought that we should go about, and this is how we can talk endlessly about the different research activities. You come up with different research ideas. You excel in those research ideas, and my dear participants, it is my great honor to have this stage shared with IIU, especially. Thanks once again to Nada ma'am for delivering such nice words and being so hardworking day in and day out. And she has been tirelessly working throughout the day, taking out time from his busy schedule and attending all the webinars successfully. And perhaps he is engaged 367, we can say 24/7, but for her it's 65 and 24/7. So special thanks to Nada ma'am, of course. Without her, this particular venture would not have been successful at all. There are of course some persons who are working from behind, making you this live session and giving you this platform of this live session. But at the same time, we must be thankful to Piyush Pandit sir, Dr. Snigdha, Professor Nada ma'am, for their tireless efforts to bring this particular session, this particular webinar, to be a success story. So with this, I think I can wind up today. And of course, we are running late on time. And of course, ma'am will be proceeding further for her day-to-day activities. And let me enjoy my evening snacks and my evening dinner as well.
Yes, sir. Big clap for our great Dr. Solvik today with a great presentation, on the patent ideas with systems and control. We really enjoy. We learn a lot. Our audience is very satisfied. Me too. As you say, here on this IIU, yes, we have so many opportunities, so many great conferences, great symposium, great webinars, and we are sharing knowledge, and we are also learning together. And this great collaboration with the Tupper Institute and with Dr. Solvik, that is really, really valuable. So thank you so much for being here with us, for working with us, for doing with us, because I'm sure that this is the only way how we can make advancement in that technology. As we say today in India, National Day of Technology. Dr. Solvik, you are celebrating it every day. Every day a celebration of Technology Day. Innovations, patents, and all. Today, this topic was really very interesting.
I think I want to add over here. There was a time that that India and throughout the world there was a COVID scenario, and we were celebrating at some point of time, sitting at the back of our home. Every day we used to have, say for example, some acceptance of some research article. sending of some new book chapters from our communicated by our students, undergraduate students. And it was like going some paper getting published, some book chapters getting published, some books getting edited. And each day of, I think I kept on counting few days of the starting year of 2021. And we used to have, if you go through my scholar profile as well, you'll find that how can he write so many articles? It
Yes.
was almost touching 15, 2021 and 22. That's why I took a break. Few months I had been on a break and asking my research scholars to come up with new research ideas, come up with their articles, develop new coding simulations, everything. So at the same time, I'm also nurturing. Say, for example, if I talk about today's evening, I had a discussion with my research scholar. I gave him a phone number, talk to a consultant, or talk to a person who is basically manufacturing a particular equipment which will help in our research, or which will be it will be in touch with our simulation. So can we develop some hardware, some new hardware, with some collaborative work with some industries as well? So this kind of things keep on happening, but uh, things are at place. I'm little bit enjoying my hardworking days, and little bit on things are in place. Say, for example, one of my books with Dr. Tamal will be going to the publisher a few days after this, and maybe next week. And it's on linear and nonlinear system modeling, mostly focusing on the different types of modeling techniques that we have in terms of control systems, in terms of power systems, in terms of power converters and whatnot. So these type of books, I think there are 11 chapters. I have contributed also 2 chapters in it. Dr. Tamal, someday will interact on this particular platform. And we have been engaged with Dr. Vipin also. We published, it's not published as yet, it is proofread. Proofreading is complete. Second round of proofreading is complete, and maybe in September, October, we'll have the publication of that particular book once again from Wiley, and it's on industrial control systems. So working in the domain in which I'm working at. Thank you so much, Nada ma'am,
Great,
for
great, Dr.
uh,
Solvik. Great. At the same time, working at the institute, giving lectures, making practical works, doing patents, doing inventions, writing articles, publishing books. So that is really that is something that really this you need. You are working 24 hours. So that is the only way how we can be successful. And if we want to be a step with the world, that is the only way. Me also, so many work on my Croatia, here, also making so many reviews now. Dr. Mobo is publishing his first book, editor, reviewer. So we are really engaged 24 hours, but we want to share our knowledge, and that is the most important thing, because what I always say, uh, if you don't share your knowledge, you don't need to have that knowledge. So I want to thank our, Dr. Sovik. You have one person who is with you on your all events online. I want to say thank you, respected Isaiah. He was writing. He's following you always, Dr. Sovik, on the Institute of Global Professions. I see that here with us, writing here in the chat for you.
Okay.
And thank you,
Yeah.
Isaiah, and thanks to all our
I,
audience
I
here
think
today.
I have this year, along with IGP, I have 24 webinars already planned.
Yes, I know that you are making two webinars by the month.
Yeah.
I didn't choose that. I choose only six because I think it is enough. I see Dr. Sovic is twice in the month. Dr. Sovic, everything we see, we monitor all. So you don't need to tell nothing. Nada
Yeah.
wants one day to be a lower criminal, so I see everything. I see everything and nothing. I didn't miss nothing really in this global on this global network. So keep shining, keep doing great.
Even I have with IGP, I think I have a complete day where I have 3 webinars on the same day. That is also a special event for me.
Yes, yes, I know.
And I gave word to Kaushik, and after that I'm realizing that how will I deliver at 9:30, at I think at 1:30
Hmm.
in the after lunch, and at 5:30 you need. So it will be
Yes.
a day full of lectures.
Yes, yes, and if you want to continue with lectures, you also have today, I know, for 2 events, 3 events. So there are so many things there. You can also continue if you want, if you have a desire to share your knowledge and to do that. So also doing here big sustainable development summits. There are in the same time 2 big summits. So there are a lot of events, there are a lot of webinars, there are a lot of everything. We need to be, I will repeat again, we need to be today interdisciplinary. If we are not that person, we cannot do things. So you see, we today in this article from the doctor, from his presentation, this math equation, it is really amazing. So you gave me today so many things, so many new things to in my head because I love math, I love statistics, I like this. So I already see how to implement this on the another way. So thank you, Dr. Sally. And yes, we tomorrow we are continuing. Tomorrow is our last day of our technical symposium. Tomorrow with us, we will have a lady. Tomorrow we will have a lady, our great Dr. Tapsi Nagpal. She will talk and give ideas and innovations through the IPR. She's coming from the Linjaya Vidipit, Faridabad, India. She's a great. She learns a lot from Dr. Selvig. He's still with her and learning her and helping her. I want to thanks to our great Dr. Snikta, to our founder for this great IIU stage, for this opportunity, for giving us all this IIU Research Center, IIU Training Center. Now preparing a big project, a BICA project, interactive project for all the educators around the world that is they can visit India. So who wants to visit India? So Dr. Solik, you are in India, but that don't mean that you cannot join also the bike up, the bike up. And we also invite all to join because at that day, at the 27th June, our great founder has a special day. It is a Founders Day, and also in the e-village that is there is a new big campus, student campus, school, St. James International. So IIU
When is the event? When is the event?
27 June.
Okay, it's in Delhi or somewhere else?
No. It is a e-village. It is a e-village. I will tell you where correctly where the place is, but this is a big e-village. So
Okay.
So there is a new school, new college, also so many new plans, rural tourism. So IIU is spreading in all the fields. So there will be no field that IIU will not be and will not work in fields. So till tomorrow, till tomorrow, stay safe and let's learn together tomorrow with our great Dr. Tapsi. Thank you, dear audience. Thank you, and bye bye.
Bye-bye.